Hello again everyone. Now as promised, here is my video on liquid liner, winged liner and lashes, and this is the finished look. So let's show you how to do it. I have on my base, my Christian Dior base that I love, and I've gone for a different eye look today. I'm wearing Mesmerising Maroon by Charlotte Tilbury. Now this colour is for green eyes to accentuate the colour, and it works because it's a warm shade, it brings out the coolness of green eyes. There's also a set for brown eyes, which is navies. There's a set for hazel eyes, which was more purpley based, and there's one for blue eyes, which is more golden. So if you go onto the Charlotte Tilbury website, you'll see them all. They're really lovely. I've ordered the pencil as well, Mesmerising Maroon, which has a kind of bronzy shade and a more kind of aubergine purpley shade. So as you can see, I've got one eye done and one eye has just got the eyeshadow and a little bit of mascara. The other one has the winged liner, which I'm going to show you how to do. It's much easier than it looks. A lot of people are a wee bit afraid of doing it, but honestly, once you learn a couple of techniques that I'm going to go over with you now, you'll be surprised how easy it is. So the first thing I like to do is trace out the shape, which is going to show you exactly where to put the liquid liner or the winged liner. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to use a liquid liner for winged liner, you can do it with a pencil. I'm going to do both, so I'm going to mark it out with the liner and then I'm going to go over it with a gel liner, which intensifies it, intensifies the shape and obviously darkens it for a more dramatic look. So let's start going under eye. The reason I'm using the bronzy shade is because you might not want a dark underliner, which is fine. We're only doing it to mark the shape out. So you're going to follow the under eye and follow the shape going upwards. Now, even if you have a more hooded eye and it's maybe down like this, you would have to ignore the bit that's overhanging and go above it because you're trying to pull everything up. I'm going to do a separate video on eye shapes actually, so you can recognise your own and follow the technique for accentuating your own eye shape. So I've done the under eye liner, which is marked out where the actual flick is going to be. So we're going to work back on ourselves now, starting from the outer line. As you can see, it's not perfect, doesn't have to be perfect. This is just like a stencil, if you like. But that shows you how you obtain that flick. Now if you want to make it stronger, more defined, like a kind of a Dell winged liner, then you go above the line you've already drawn in, take it a little bit higher. All that does is make your flick look thicker. And it really is as easy as that. Now, to define it, I'm going to use some Black Track by MAC. It's a gel liner, gel consistency, so it's really easy to use, and a thin brush. I like to go for a brush that's quite firm, as you get much more control. Pick up a little bit on your brush, and you're just going to trace over what you've already done. I always find it easier to work back rather than out. So as you can see, that's just given much more definition and a much more dramatic catty winged line. Again, little flicky strokes, don't try and create a continuous line, it's far too difficult. And the next up is lashes. So my favourite are Dell Demi Wispies, and I particularly like them because they've got a really, really thin band. I hope you can see that. They're just so much easier to place around the eye. So the first thing you're going to do, Demi Wispies has a catty eye shape, so it's longer on one side, thinner, smaller lashes on the other, which gives you that lovely winged shape. So measure them against your eye, hold the lash against your eye, and it shouldn't be longer than your eye. It should be exactly the right shape. Now, if you have to shorten it, decide whether you want to shorten the longer side or the shorter side. If you don't want it so catty and flicky on the outside, then trim the longer side. And then we're going to take our glue. Mine is Eldora glue, which you can buy online. And you're going to trace along the band. Don't smother the band, just, you know, a reasonable amount that you can see. And you're going to give it a minute, 30 seconds to a minute to dry. It doesn't dry, it goes tacky. If you try to put it on when it's wet, once you hold it against your skin or the root of the lash where it's meant to go, it will shuggle around, skid around, which is no use. You can't get any control. So you have to wait for it's gone tacky so that it will grab to the eye area. And once you've stuck one bit down, you can let go and it should still cling. From there, you can position the other two sides in place. So pick your lash up with tweezers. Don't try and do it with your fingers. Your fingers are too thick for around the eye area. Nice thin tweezers. Hold it right in the middle. So you've got a firm grip. And you're going to aim right for the centre of your eye. Right in at the root. So you have to go in at an angle. So the middle bit has gripped. Then take one side, take the other side, press into place, and it's on, and that glue will go dark. As you're watching these videos, bear in mind you can zoom in for a closer look, okay? Now, I don't always get my lash on first time. I barely wear them, to be honest, but I don't always get them on first time. It's footery. I don't have the best eyesight. I do have to use a magnifying mirror, so it's tricky. And you're going in at a very unusual angle, which means it's so difficult to see because you're having to look down, which means how do you know where you're placing it? You kind of have to guess and hope for the best. Get it right into the root though. And when that glue's still tacky, you have a couple of minutes to just move them around and get them right into place. Okay, so we're nearly there. Next up, I just like to fix maybe the under eye. I'm going to use the bronzy shade of the Charlotte Tilbury pencil. Anything bronzy, reddy, maroon kind of tones will really accentuate my colour, which is I've got a kind of greeny grey eye colour. It's a wee change from the grey. And then, just to blend everything seamlessly together, a coat of mascara. I'm always asked, do you put mascara on before or after applying lashes? The answer is it doesn't matter. I had a little bit of mascara on before I started, but that's because I feel the need to have something on at all times, as I have very, very thin eyelashes. So, there we have a bronzy, maroony look for green eyes with winged liner and lashes. It's much, much easier than it seems, so give it a try, and if you have any questions, please ask. I'm always happy to answer any questions you have. So I finished with a bit of lippy. This is a lip stain by NARS, and I hope to see you next time. Please, please like and share with your friends. It helps massively. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye bye.